stay there the moment Roots.
It's cleaver time!
Farm up.
We'll find out.
Yeah.
Let's jump into the second game, and it's Vici versus Poke here in the channel DPC, brought to you by Aries and
is in the bottom of the grass.
Here we go. We'll find out if the Void is able to get his farm, and I, for one, do not believe he's going to be able to. I'm very, very concerned with how this lane is going to shape. I think he might have a decent time first couple of minutes, but I think very shortly the Void will be shoved into the jungle. Kira does not like to be put in the jungle at the early stage. Yes, they went for the comfort, but I think Vici is just going to be able to up the tempo way too fast in a game like this for Poke to handle.
I think the first 5 will be fine, the faces for it. And if it gets to like being level 20 and haven't locked the racks, then I'm given Poke 10 just because I feel like this Void is great against the Lina, the go through Mother, if you're able to find the picks. My big issue is that you're going to be pushed out of the lane, right? Like, that's just a foregone conclusion against this Brood Mother. You don't have an overwhelmingly strong lane again, so it's not going to get crushed. And not an off-lane Tusk. You don't have any pushing heroes on the top side of the map, so I feel like you're going to have a very difficult time in taking this tier 1 tower top and giving the Faceless Void somewhere to go.
You're also going to give first blood over to Setsu, so we're speaking a lot about kind of the Pango Ember. I'm kind of in agreement with you. I know the Embers do like to be picked the Pango. I think maybe a bit of a reason why we saw the draft of it this game is just maybe the AoE control that they were lacking on Vici as well. That's kind of where the Pango come into play. Not thinking first blood. Take his time a little bit more in playing face small A.K.A, who had a pretty good game 1. Like, I was quite impressed with his left track performance, all things until of course those kind of items came in to heavily counter him. So we'll see if he's going to have a good time this game in the Ember.
Yes, we will. I mean, last game he had the first ball to be able to play off of, right? And despite that, Setsu still came out of the laning stage slightly ahead. So now the script has been flipped, and small KK is having to fight up into the first block Pangolier, who I believe already has a ball coming out to him. I'm not sure it's going to be quite so good. We'll see. He's a very skilled player, KK.
Top lane, some shenanigans going on with Yang there, and to meet each other. A nice little dance in the river. Why not?
Denied.
Robin life, for experience, free farming. For you, Daniel, not a big fan of the offlane. Maybe go through the potential reasoning of why they put on a previous team is previously getting a little bit of trouble. Or say we'll get back onto 2, and Erica's going to be able to get a decent amount of damage on the high ground, but Poke is still pursue up. The Shard's holding getting into place, but it's going to be Vici game, and they get the kill first. No, Erica might have got the double. When it need the LSA, well, actually we'll use it afterwards with a fair fight. Get a little bit of health back. We'll see Erica try and go for the spellcast bottom lane. FY. He's down as well. That second, so the level 2 going to time dilation was not enough to get the kill onto FY.
That's what a great efficiency player Erica is, right? It's not enough that he gets the second kill as well, but also just wastes the 70 gold item in that very fire. And all it costs is a little bit of mana. It's almost that could pull anyway.
Radiant's
courier
so not more.
In terms of justification for why they did Tusk as a position for this game, I mean, he's going into the Orb of Corrosion. Not that that's the way that I would be going, right? Because probably you could, Ember might look to do that unless there's just a straight up rush the Maelstrom. But I think he just wanted someone to get a really early left dagger and again get to close in on honestly any of these 3 cores, right? Lina, Pango, Brood Mother are kind of squishy if you can just get onto them and chain stun them. But you don't do that unless you've got the Blink Dagger available. So I really want to see people emphasizing himself this game.
I feel like maybe the kind of filled that jump role.
But it's like you're still able to turn around a life drag rate, or you're still able to, for example, pop your hood might have that time on you. You know, all these little things, you just grieves it off, so it needs to be a stun.
A little bit of trouble here. Has that second point of attack and the charge as well as block the escape back. He's flying a big kill onto the position 1 from Vici Gaming.
This is what we were expecting, though. It is a very strong lane. This snap does some of the reposition options for them. Not just the snowball, but Cookie as well as all around food down on the bottom side of the map. And saying that the lane probably will go relatively decent for the face this for me, but really not. Already done it 3 times so far in the first 4 minutes.
Well, that's guess the 4-minute mark on a hero lap across the map, and you start to wonder how many deaths you're going to have as the game goes on.
They just need to be a bit more proactive with clearing out these trees as well. Make sure that FY needs to commit both the pushback and the aircorn shot to be able to cut the build that like invest with more gold goes,
That
being able
you
to
should
really
be
eat one of the 2 spells.
Lane Erica should be able to get some revenge, although these right clicks are doing a lot of damage at the early stage. So. Decent trade in the end. The bottom lane with Golas ran through. We chased down. While this is going on though, getting a decent amount of damage into FY's hood.
That one in the dunny.
The pushback being pulled down for too long of a duration, but we know safe for them to hold back the Fix's Void. So, yep, they get some nice little revenge on bottom, but this will give you some time to get some solo through. Much needed for level 3 Brood Mother.
Sentry wall placed down by Ram, both clearing out the one that was protecting the hard camp as well as more camp a chance to spot.
I'm all in for you.
They're trying to catch small TK off guard. Get the refill on the bottle and even find the pushback as well. So look at the double value that's coming out from this TP from FY. That's perfect.
A lot of what we expected, right? Using his great individual skill on set 2. Plus that first fight, he's already put himself up to 500 net worth lead over the Ender this early on. So making what's typically seen as a pretty decent laning matchup and being on its head.
They might be able to get Aaron as well. Set to rolling thunder to work with. Search used to get off the game. Gonna go for the long drive-by. That U-turn will probably connect. Might be in some trouble though, but still but not playing with the level 6, so can't look to play too aggressively. Simultaneously though, gotta kill our top lane, but that fire leaving the task alone. He was vulnerable to the double heroes from Vici Gaming, so they're getting so much out of the map, and they're even gonna get a region to set to.
I mean, Vici, they're a team that punishes even the smallest of mistakes, right? Not that it was necessarily a mistake to try and protect your mid lane like that, but comes mid and exploit the opening that's available to be able to take out this Tusk, because they know how big of a role Phil is going to play in being able to, like I was saying before, get in onto these squishy-ish cores in the early game. So if you could just delay that time that the phase roots into the blink dagger, then
Maybe another attempt from Ember. Cautious if he plays next to the 3 line. Always ready to try and drop that bushwhack. I think the damage of it being in question sets you to have the swashbuckle up as well for the kill. So they are continuing to put a lot of pressure on, and it's scary because Kilda is already solo in his bottom lane, and he's about to hit level 6s. So as soon as he gets out, this lane is unplayable.
Radiant's middle
honestly, I'd
tower
like
is under
if I
attack.
cut back to bottom pretty shortly, because you've got this catapult way to potentially get killed and then into the tower.
seconds left on the time walk. He's got a magic stick to be able to play around with. Just dealing a lot of this. And not amazing high damage, but it's steady.
He's getting dived onto the tower. The boys can come to protect him. Anchor will attempt to keep his fast enough to keep it alive. The LSA is Mark and Erica. Will goes down. The Vici gaming. They'll make this a worthwhile trade in the end as more rotation out of Setsu. A dominating streak to the paying player at 8 minutes into the game.
Poor Aaron, though, he was stuck between a rock and a hard place. He was moving left, moving right to this clockwork and not wanting to get close to Setsu's Pangolier either. And they have addressed the lead, sure, but she's already got the javelin. She picked it up. She made sure that she didn't waste a lot of that unreliable gold. She used 2 and 3, so a lot of that assist goal for herself as well.
Radiant's bottom tower is under
playing
attack.
incredibly well so far this game. Yeah, good game number
Radiant
1.
structures are fortified.
Certainly a candidate for MVP as well, but that was a game which was just tailor-made for a puck. This time around, not the easiest Pango game, but Setsu was having a great
Radiant's
time.
bottom tower is under attack. Radiant's bottom tower has fallen.
The power room for him to work with, and the chaos going on across the map. T1 tower is going to be aimed down bottom for new. So all of a sudden, the map is just going to continue to shrink now that this brother can look to invade the jungle and do just that. Scouting out ran through. Just let the spiders do the work. This is pretty much. This is no one's home. Like, who actually plays here? It's pretty much under the Ember, right?
It's Utah. That's what it is. There's nothing really that they can look to side. Again, this is the big weakness that I was talking about with that draft, that they just don't have anyone to be able to take sort of try and eat. Most of the time, you know that Root's not going to shop these team fights, but look what she's doing now. It's 9 minutes, and you're already having to pop a glyph to the tier 2.
I think this is really the big difference we see coming from both sides with this drafting. So Vici, of course, having the first pick overall, and a Brood Mother with the Narcus Iron Band, where we didn't see Poke do that. And we sort of just get it too late into the draft where Poke didn't pick up their carry to address the boost. You go for this face as well. Yeah, it's going to be a really good matchup versus Dina at late stages, but
get there.
You got to get there, and it really feels like right now this Brood plays very similar to Beastmaster. I think Beastmaster is a little bit better versus the lane versus the Void as hold out kind of training as mid. Maybe we can put that first use of the corner of the game. Let's see if they're going to have enough. Yeah, Darkness he's chasing deeper under the tower, but yeah, let's say Eric can just turn. Right clicks going into the cards because Killer's going to go on. Already didn't kill him. Didn't even bring down the clear. Got the thunder off the last second. They'll close the distance onto ran through onto Snapfire as well as all a Poke. Their corpse is literally dead.
Invisibility! I like the idea. You got to control the Sanglia sub-1, but if the end result means that Eric is able to turn around, did he get the triple kill or was it Setsu? I think Setsu did. It's just way too much to have to deal with. We've already got a Brood Mother who's now taken your tier 2 bottom. You've got a your mid to 1 as well. Like, this is 10 minutes.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
Oh, God. That was say. The fact that he was able to stay alive as well.
Love Eric comes to that fight, realizing how important it is for them to get that turnaround and not give them any options to be able to come back into this game. A lot of leaners might have just sat back and been a bit greedy with their farm, realizing that, okay, well, you know, I'm the win condition, blah, 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 but how well the lanes have gone. I feel like you can lean on that with Setsu as well as you to put in pressure on the map. You don't need to leave everything to yourself.
Dire's turret has been killed.
Don't let him snipe himself. Oh my God. So to come for another border and trying to put some pressure on as well as this is kind of the thing that they have on Vici game. You look at the Poke, just the pushback from afar, use the Spiderlings, the Spawn Spider, the Swashbuckle. Like, they are just going to play this long distance thing where they're going to play with Poke. It's going to be so frustrating.
Yeah. Certainly not easy.
Radiant's middle tower is
You know it's not great, but it's going into a late mill. I just want his items. Oh, okay, dodged out. Guna play. At least he's saving himself a little bit of pain there, but yeah, I'm not really seeing the value out of it. You pick the Ember. I feel like you need the males to be able to address it, because without this, they've got actually 0 answers to Brood. Something needs to clear out these
Dire's top
finals.
tower is under attack.
This should be like a kill on teaming fast enough. And I say tempo, unfortunately, the creep's going to be the issue there. That you will come to his target the right one's thunder, so Killer will look to play around close to the wall to make it difficult for Setsu, but more than comfortable in the Pangolier, and now even F1.
Dire's top tower
The finish
is under
blow into
attack.
Aaron Sharpshooter's already been used. Just for Lenfer instead. Bushwhack up in a couple of seconds. Really close to be slow. Very hesitant about playing through in front of the T1 towers. Setsu. He'll just look to avoid the face of the supporting cast. Big gold-like streak. This is a huge build they can find it. Even jumping the corner speed to help get it. Bushwhack on down. Not going to be able to access the turn. Setsu won't even die again, man. Oh, God. Now new is showing up. He's like, alright, I see a fight still on. Why not look to get involved? Why not get some reports?
Anyone need a mech?
Well, there's a mech, there's some health, there's some golden experience as well with Vici Gaming.
I'd say worse than that. To be honest, 8% is very generous to give poke for this one. It just doesn't seem like there's an avenue. I mean, Yang's still got more net pace this point. That's the state of the game. It's 5 versus 1.
Yeah.
Yeah, gang.
He's gonna be able to hold kill with the face shot. Nice. Powerful.
They call that the
Look at
snap
the
fire
chance to miss the game. All this going on though. Kind of a big leader issue as well.
Yeah, Eric hasn't really joined these last couple of fights, has she? And she's still got a Gleipnir as well. So, you know what? Good travel, who needs it? EKB, not a concern. They've got bigger fish to fry than me, and, well, if they forget about me, then I'm just gonna lock them all. These damn spiders. SD, the radiant side of the map, being no place
Dire's
for
top
to
tower
be able to
is under
farm.
attack.
I'll try and look for to see if they can catch up top, but wow, it's showing his position. I play around with a sharpshooter, but be able to close the distance before we can get that pogo away. But Vici is going to try and get back. Set to in combination with you, they're going to jump over the cliff, and Target's going to look for some later. I said so you can go for the bounce back, even catching up to the Sapphire as well. Look at the burst for the Pango. Beyond cold like 15 minutes, and they're going to try and reap the rewards now. They're pushing the Ember away and doing some damage with the T2 tower.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
Speaking of sets, so this is something that we saw when he played the Ember Spirit in that series against Outsiders. He just wasn't ready, so he was free to make a lot of havoc. And just little things like you just did, right? Forcing him to use a run to retreat back a little bit further to the base means that you're not going to be making an aggressive play. You're not going to have that same ability.
In trouble. Time will take through on cooldown. Eric's just gonna go and quietly. There we go. Easy way to catch up. Go around to get the kill again. Let's see how Photo Kiss is just gonna be.
Another
Chains, it all kind of that much easier for them to land the gloves. Oh, a 1-for-1, but of course that is your position 1 going down in exchange for position 5. I'm sure the clockwork is more than happy with that.
Trying to think what the Killer's item progression has been pretty non-existent for the last little bit. They just use the Mortimer skills as well. They still have enough damage to be able to take him out.
Setsu, even if they get the kill to the group, mother Setsu's just gonna put so much damage into the middle of the fight. Wind up this one buck along to Till, and for Force just dropped the corner onto it. He might not even have the edge. Gets the kill, but it comes at the cost of his own life, and this game just can't be making those trades.
And Eric has put the double damage as well, so straight into Roche. This is going to die pretty hard to do. We were having a hard time killing him before. I wonder if they're even going to give this one over to Septu, or if it's just going to be Eric to take him without that BKB just yet, to be able to provide the capabilities for the team now. I mean, Brute lived as well if it was another 5 seconds. His Guardian Greaves was barely off cooldown.
Uses kind of creep away to 44 facing an angle from Yang. And comes out and absorb a lot of damage from Eric as well. They took the Radiant middle that's not going to remnant in. And a beautiful looking from Arrow. He can set them up for the follow-up. Because the sharpshooter turn around with the Everthrow and Everthrow and strong. They won't even be able to bring her down. Just the damage to them. They don't have the numbers as well to succeed in a team fight. And
Radiant's top tower.
we are getting to the stage where this might be a couple of G getting dropped.
You know, anytime that the number of minutes and the net worth limit is pretty similar, that's always a cause for concern.
I'll see you, right?
It doesn't happen at the 20-minute mark as well. Will probably go in their favor if they take out this defense, which will they potentially look to go up onto the high ground. He didn't even claim the Aegis off of that aggressive attempt. Push mid lane to make an absolute sure thing of it, struggling to find any kind of avenue for them to back into this game. There's a reason that the Brook and the Lina are first with these bands a lot of the time, and Vici is going to wine.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
Anyone straight too much is committed with the rolling thunder. You know, a jump in. The bounce back on Eric and then going down. He's in trouble. He's going to get to distance away. They're just hoping that poke come outside. And as soon as they do, all of Vici Gaming swarm to their location. All members put in the grave,
Radiant
and
structures are
other
fortified.
objectives are going to follow as well.
Radiant's
I mean, even
middle
if they
tower
clip,
is
the
under
title links are
attack.
going to soak up so many of these right clicks. So it means that the backup protection is just going to be prime, come back up immediately. If Nina, who's as fast as she needs to be able
Radiant's middle tower
to rip
has
up this
fallen.
base, you've lost rack 18.5 minutes.
Radiant structures are fortified.
Right? Fine. Look against them first.
Radiant's
Nice.
middle barracks are
Alright
under
then.
attack. Radiant's middle barracks
Alright.
has fallen.
Like this task has been working on this blue dagger for 10 minutes, and he has not made any progression at all. I really wanted to see them put a little bit more emphasis to having killer pick this up.
You want to take this sleeping? We're putting the fire right now. Colts push back. When it goes to fire, it thinks to F5 boomerang. Meanwhile, what is his combo? With the ornament kisses, but he's going to be able. He's having even been used yet, and all of a sudden, they just repair all of the damage that was used inside the team fight combo report. No one goes down, and honestly, they were close to dying as well.
Yeah. No chrono,
Dyer's
no
bottom
kisses,
tower is
no
under
free
attack.
field.
Radiant's
They
bottom
weren't even
barracks
sure
are
to
under attack.
use the Warburst kick slot. I hit a decent 2-man chrono, but you can't hit Lena. She's got the edges. The other time that was caught in there as well. So, really cool. That is the only way to put it.
It's cleaver time.